It's nice to see you today, and I like to talk to you about my presentation I gave about a week ago at Mensch on Computer conference. It was focused on how data protection related information are documented in ILIAS, and this session was also interactive, so I had a chance to gather some feedback on use of this documentation. So here's my plan for next 20 minutes. I would like to introduce this workshop and task I gave to the participants. Then I would like to show you the feedback of the participants of this workshop and present my suggestion for improvement of this documentation based on the feedback. So for those of you who don't know me yet or forget who I am, I'm Kseniia. I'm a certified data protection officer, also co-founder and a part of Privacy Clinic expert group in ILIAS. So about a week ago, I had an opportunity to attend the Mensch on Computer conference. It was organized by German Usability and User Experience Professional Association, and this conference, among other things, also offers platform for exchange on topic of usable security and privacy. So I took part in this workshop and gave an interaction presentation myself. So what was it about? In my presentation from black box to toolbox, I first explain the background and history of this documentation of data protection relevant information in ILIAS, also known as privacy MDs. And then I explain how we went from not having this structured documentation at all, so this kind of black box phase, to what we now refer to as GDPR toolbox or DSGVO Baukasten. So I would like to show you this toolbox if you don't know where it toolbox to find. So it's docu, using ILIAS, privacy. It's the whole page full of really useful things, and also you can find there this collection of all privacy MDs. So you can find it here and don't need to change to GitHub and find this information there. So what was my workshop about? So I wanted to know how clear and how usable and user-friendly is this documentation. So after this presentation of this background and so on, I just gave participants a task, and and then I gathered feedback both in discussion and written in via Mentimeter. So this is a task I gave to participants. They were asked to imagine themselves as a LMS support team member responding to a data protection officer's email. Here's an email. And using privacy MDs, they had to find the information about how personal data is processed in ILIAS, in this particular case in file object. So they also got QR code to privacy MD toolbox, just to find it quickly. So, and then they should use this information and write a reply. After they completing this task, I wanted to know what was the user experience on using this documentation and other feedback. And this documentation, the experience was reported as positive, which is really cool, but the participants also pointed out some areas where things could be better and could be improved. So you can see this small bubbles with feedback. So let's take a closer look at this feedback now. Privacy MD was considered very technical. So the language was very technical. It's not really easy to understand. Participants were not sure whether all data mentioned is person-related and relevant. Some of them didn't know what is personal data, what is processing, so terms should be clarified in advance. And user-generated content, for example, in file object, in groups or courses, may contain personal data, may be of interest to data protection officer, but it was not discussed in Privacy MD. We have a section in Privacy MD which is called Integrated Services, and this section contains links to other services that are also works with this object and this service together, and it was not really easy to go through all of these links and figure out how they work together. Plus, these links go straight to raw files from Git, which was really confusing. And last but not least, this documentation was called not future-proof due to AI-generated documentation. So, based on this feedback, I came up with some ideas I would like to present to you, and maybe we can discuss them together, maybe in the next Privacy Clinic meeting. It would be nice if you join us, but please write us a short mail so we know you are going to come by. So these 4 bubbles with feedback, so there's things like very technical language, terms, user-generated content, and person-related content. These 4 points could be addressed really easily by adding an introduction page to the toolbox. This page would explain the purpose of this toolbox, also why we use this technical language, and it could also clear the key terms, so the user will know what personal data is, what processing is in ILIAS, and so on, and also outline what kind of information is included in Privacy MD, like person-related information and whatnot, like user-generated content. So to this apart. For these 2 points, I have a couple of small suggestions. So maybe it will be helpful to add an explanation text. Like here in object service, we have this one. So for example, here is an explanation how learning module works with help together. So we have these small explanations in some of Privacy MDs, but not in all of them. But it makes links less confusing and offers more context also. So another point, the links lead to raw file from Git. So maybe we can just put here some kind of visual cue. Here's an absolutely lo-fi mock-up of me, so maybe in brackets, and then this small hint, like it would lead you to Git. So you leave ILIAS on this point. So I found this message really interesting and also amusing, and couldn't resist trying it out. So I asked ChatGPT to create some kind of documentation, how data processing in ILIAS, and I found that results vary depending on how precisely you formulate the request, obviously. But even if I were really precise, really detailed, the result was really generic and also wrong. So that's why I think that's not really a problem for Privacy MD, and they are future-proof. So AI does not have this expertise in in data protection. AI doesn't understand how ILIAS work under the hood, so I don't think that's really not future-proof. So creating privacy MDs with AI may not be feasible, but I think it's important that this documentation remains trustworthy and also useful, so that the user just don't want to go and ask AI to create some kind of documentation, or ask AI how this kind of the data are processed in ILIAS, because the results are not good. That's it. It was really quickly. Thank you. Any questions? If you have an ideas, question, and feedback, we are always happy to see you in Privacy Clinic every Wednesday in your fixed week, but please write a short email. Thank you.